Ah, come on! Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Haunted Ventures with Melissa and Jason. Today we're going to make a cast, so a negative of this sculpt that I did. So basically this is going to be for the zombie jail this year, quarantine. Let's see if I can turn this so you can get a good look at the profile. Basically it's like half the mouth is torn off. And Melissa found this picture. Someone else had created this. Someone who works at a dental office created this. And it's really cool, so we decided to sculpt it. Alright, so what are you doing here, Melissa?
So I'm making the plaster right now. This is Ultra Cal 30 and we are mixing it into water. So you put the plaster into the water and you don't have to mix it or anything. You just scoop it in here, and if you put it around the sides, just, I don't know, kind of like the water just sucks it up and consumes it.
So basically you're trying to fill this up to the top until it looks dry, like a river.
Yep.
Right?
Not like a river, like a dry river.
Like a dry river. Just give that a tap so you can see what it feels like. No, like, so it's kind of...
I don't know, what do you think? Maybe a little bit more?
No, I think that's good. I think that's good. That's what you want, right there. Get that dry cracking look. Maybe a little bit, yeah, maybe a little bit.
This is the fun part. We want to get all the bubbles out. You can see I've shaken it up a little bit and all these bubbles have come up. You can tap on the sides here. Bubbles will come up because it's creating vibrations within the plaster. Okay, so let's throw this in the mold. This is just a cheap container from the dollar store. This is like a perfect container for this size of head because this will go down. It has a little bit of room at the bottom because it doesn't hit all the way, and the way that we cut this here, it will sit on the top of here, so you'll have a bit of the plaster at the bottom.
I want the mold to cover about this area right here. Alright, all the way around here. And Melissa's put Vaseline all on this plastic area so that the plaster doesn't stick to the plastic. I want this, and I also want to be able to brush latex on this area here so it's really thin, so it applies really smoothly on a face without any seams. So I'm gonna put this in. Okay, so the face is the teeth are off the bottom perfectly, so now I just pour it in, right?
Yep. Okay. So you want to go find a spot, like a pretty empty cavity there. It's getting pretty thick there.
I don't know if this is going to work. I think we need to add more water to this.
Okay, quick.
Okay, so what's happened is this stuff is drying on us, so it dries quickly, so you have to work quickly. Obviously we're not working quick enough. I mean, so what you can do is add a bit more water to it. It'll take a little longer to dry. The more water you add, the longer it'll take to dry. The less water you add, the faster it dries. So this stuff sets in about 30 minutes. Starts to set.
You gotta work quicker, man.
Yes, boo.
So what are you doing here?
Okay, so I'm pouring in one spot After you get all the bubbles out, you're ready to pour. I'm pouring in one spot. And that's just to eliminate bubbles as much as possible, right?
Doesn't look like you got the chunks out though.
It looks kind of chunky, doesn't it? Oh, we're gonna see what this looks like. It might have got chunky because maybe it dried a little bit, but you really have like, I would say like 3-4 minutes to mix this stuff, so it's the right consistency you need it to be to get in all those cracks. Ah, my beautiful sculpt. Oh, there it is. So we just peeled this off. It was about 45 minutes before this dried. And I just popped it open. And there's all the clay inside. I'm thinking that it might have been a good idea to put, because it did take a lot to just kind of like pop that off. Not a lot, but I mean, it was definitely a good suction. I think it might have been a good idea to put some type of like Vaseline or a spray on top of this. Maybe it would have just all come out instead of coming off of this. But I don't know. I'll know next time. But anyways, I'm going to peel this stuff out. It's really hot. This stuff is really warm. So I'm going to peel it out and get a negative cast for this. So here's what the negative cast looks like. Doesn't really look like much right now, does it? I guess we'll see. Alright, there it is, guys. So let's take a look at it, Melissa. So we learned a lot. I guess the next time we do this, we're gonna learn even more. But
We definitely put too much latex in it.
yeah, too much latex.
Next time we pour it, it won't have this chin part. It'll just, and it's really nice too when you put the cast or the head back into it. It pushes all of the latex out, and then it gets really fine edges on it.
Yeah, so I'll just show you what Melissa's talking about. We took the head, right, and we put the head right back into it. And it just pushed all the latex up the sides and stuff. So, which is what we wanted. I wanted this to have a lot of flap on the outside so that when it goes on the face, you could put the latex, let's see your face, Melissa? You can put the latex all around here and then just, you know, that flat part sticks to it and all around. And so you're not putting the latex around that larger appliance.
And this one we pulled out too early. It wasn't dry in this area, so that's why it ripped here. But I mean, it still looks pretty decent.
Yeah, it definitely came out the way I was expecting it to go. Like this part turned out perfect. There's no air bubbles or anything in it. It actually looks awesome. It's ready for paint. Looks good even before the paint. Yeah. So it's kind of hard to see on camera. I don't know. But everything turned out pretty awesome. Alright guys, thanks for watching this episode of Haunt Ventures. If you like this, please subscribe.